all of us received such a beautiful darshan of Bhagavan Gangadharamurti and Ganga Visarjanamurti, forms of Paramashiva, the manifestations of Paramashiva, in which he is established as that ultimate, that pure space. All of us, all the participants, we have all been covered with the initiation to manifest super-determinism, to be able to manifest literally that space of super-determinism, will persistence, to be able to conquer any fear, anything that you carry, and actually to manifest what your will is, to manifest that as reality. How did you all enjoy the darshan? Can I request each of you to please share? I request all the participants to please post. How did each of you enjoy the darshan? Actually, when in today's darshan, the initiation that Swamiji has given now, literally you will see in every aspect of your life, the super-determinism that Swamiji has infused in your inner space now. All your decisions, any place where you feel like giving up, any place where you feel things are not happening properly, with this initiation from Swamiji, decide to start it fresh, and you will see how amazing, literally you will manifest such amazing experiences, powerful cognitions through the initiation. And today, as all of us receive the darshan, you're all going to be manifesting the power of oneness, experiencing oneness with nature. Your ability to alter the Vatavarana inside, the Vatavarana outside. I request all the participants to please, just next 21 minutes, right after this initiation, spend the next 21 minutes in manifesting this power, this powerful cognition as an experience in you. The power that we are manifesting today is the ability to experience oneness with nature, to be able to alter the Vatavarana. When we say Vatavarana, weather, it means literally like wherever, hot, making the hot places cold, making it rain, making it snow, making it sunny, changing the temperatures, manifesting all of this. Your ability to alter all of this is changing the Vatavarana, the weather temperature. Actually, the very word Vatavarana, right, is a beautiful Hinduism, in Hindu tradition. The word used for weather and moods, both are one and the same. In Swamiji beautifully tells, has literally for one item, like any one object, there'll be so many words to describe that one object. Sanskrit is like such a detailed and eloquent language. But still, while there are so many words to describe, our ancient enlightened beings have used the same word for moods and for weather. The word is Vatavarana. Internal moods and external moods both have the exact same meaning. That is because Vatavarana means the internal moods and external weather are both one and the same. Changing this can be changing that. Changing that can be changing. That's why many times you feel like, when you feel very hot, very suffocating, and you feel so irritated, frustrated. And sometimes when it's like little cool and calm, you feel very relaxed. Your moods are directly related to the external world, and the external world is, the weather is directly related to your moods. So shall we all get ready to manifest this power?
One important thing, the initiation that Swamiji has given to each one of us today is very powerful. Just connect with Swamiji and sit. Swamiji has given a very powerful technique for how you can manifest this power. First, if you have a Krishna or a mirror, Swamiji has energized, and you can get that and the Aushadha. And you can actually clearly visualize, like the place. If you have your friend in a particular place, you can manifest it with them. That's best, because they can actually give you an image of that place currently. They can send that image. Make sure they're sending it with a timestamp. And you can see, visualize like it is already raining there. Make sure there's no forecast of rain or any other change in the weather, that like a cloudiness or or precipitation. Nothing should be there. Just make sure of that and visualize like it has already happened and it's happening. You just need to hold on to that visualization. Swamiji actually said, write down what you exactly want to manifest in the place and keep it under the Krishna Shila and visualize it and see it happening on the Krishna Shila. Like literally visualize it like it is happening and see the same thing on the Krishna Shila. If you don't have Krishna Shila or Jnananjana or the mirror, do not worry. You can just visualize it in your inner space. Really, within 42 minutes, you'll be able to manifest it. And this is a very powerful power from as well. Just connect with anyone, any of your partners, and just get this image. Just get the image of that place and start the manifestation by visualizing.
And even if you do
And
not
even
have
if
a
you do
partner
not
at the
have a
moment, you're not
partner at
able
the
to reach
moment,
anyone, don't worry, you can manifest this power by yourself as well. So we will share that steps also with all of you. As you all can see here, you all can head to a weather forecast website. Any other weather forecasting website, you can head to actiweather.com if you do not know one, or you can use anything else also, that's fine. And in that, like here, we are showing a sample of the site called actiweather.com. And you can head to this website and you can put any location that you want. Like, let's say you want to put Dubai, you want to put Cairo, you want to put Sydney, or any place for that matter, right? You can enter that name of that location and you can check the weather prediction, the weather forecast for that place. So make sure that it does not have already a forecast of rain. If you want to manifest rain, so make sure there's no forecast of rain already. And once you put that location, you will see something like this. So basically, you will see it will show you the temperature, it will show you the details. So please make sure you screenshot it. Take a screenshot of the current weather temperature as it is and please save it. I request all of you to please take a moment and complete this step. Please head to activeweather.com. Put any location you want. You can put New York, you can put Bangalore, you can put Mumbai, you can put Sydney, you can put any places that you want. So please put one location that you want and check its current details. So here, if you see, for an example, here the weather forecast it's saying that it will be a clean and breezy weather, and it's saying that there's already a forecast for rain. So you can choose a site which does not have a forecast for the rain and choose a site which says, choose a location which says that the weather is going to be dry or it's going to be sunny, and you can bring the rain in that place. Now listen carefully. Once you choose a place, connect deeply to Swamiji. Establish yourself in the deep feeling connection. And designed to connect, cognize that deep oneness. When your internal moods changes, the external weather will change. The signs of Vatavarana, a very beautiful sign. This design, connect deeply to Swamiji and experience that space of oneness in the Krishna Shila. And actually what you can do is visualize as if it has begun raining in that place already, and you can start visualizing that intensely and create a will, a command to the cosmos. I request all of you to do this. Please take a few minutes, connect deeply to Swamiji. Let us all start manifesting. I request all the participants to please detail out how each of you are manifesting, what each of your experience is like. Please post in the chat how many of you are connecting, able to experience the deep feeling connection, and how many of you are manifesting. What are each of your experiences? I request every one of you to share. Please take a few minutes and please share. I request all the participants to take a few minutes. Please detail out. I request each of you to please post your experience. How many of you have started manifesting? This science that Swamiji is revealing to all of us. The moment you start learning how to change your internal space, many times we have things which we experience as a temporary mood swing. Like a temporary, this is what Swamiji is saying right here. When this, based on that, we sometimes start making like, conclusions and decisions. That exact reflection is what happens on the external weather also. So if you start becoming aware of it, and next time, like when you have that, just be aware. Don't do anything at that time. Just let it pass and actually complete, unclutch. Just unclutch from it. Then you will actually be able to manifest the power. You'll be able to see it reflect beautifully on the weather outside you. Now, we're all going to be entering into the next session, a very, very beautiful session where Swamiji reveals about self-driving inspiration. We all talk about motivation. When when you want to feel inspired, when you want to feel motivated about something, you look for it, we seek for motivation. But what is it? How do you experience this? Swamiji has very beautifully revealed the science for experiencing this self-driving inspiration. Let us now enter into the session. Let us listen to it.
Today I wanted to expand on this one truth. Hridaya Guhya Tahara Vidya. In all of us, please listen, in all of us, there is a strong cognition which is spontaneous for us, which forms the core of our heart, core of our being. Hridaya Guhya, which is cherished in the cave of the heart. For some people, I am this body is the Hridaya Guhya Tahara Vidya. They function, think, do everything with that understanding. I am this body from morning till night. Painting and cleaning externally and internally takes the whole day. Internal washing, cleaning, filling. External washing, cleaning, painting takes whole day. Even the little remaining time they have, they will be working to get all this. Understand? All of us have Hridaya Guhya Tahara Vidya. In our heart cave, a natural understanding, a spontaneous flow of knowledge. Some people think mind, name and fame, the reward, joy. Joy which comes when others praise you. That is you. if that becomes your Hridaya Guhya Tahara Vidya, the spontaneous knowledge about life, then whole life you run behind that stupid Nobel Prize. And finally, you get rejected and dejected, and you go on teaching how to live to people. You need to understand what actually your Hridaya Guhya, in the heart cave, you think as your spontaneous cognition about inner image, outer image, life image and others image. Spontaneously, what do you think? Understand? Spontaneously, what you understand. Spontaneously, what you carry. I wanted every one of you to know, spontaneously what you carry is what you brought from the past birth. That is what you brought from the past births. My Hridaya Vidya, Hridaya Guhya Tahara Vidya, the spontaneous cognition, knowledge I brought in my heart cave is completely aligned to all these four images. Completely aligned to all these four images. Aligned to all these four images. Listen. Completely aligned to all these four images. I may want to repeat this again and again till you listen. Listen. That was my spontaneous flow of life. What you feel inside you as you, what you declare outside you as you, what you want others to experience you as you, what you feel about others and the world. Aligning all these four to best and constantly, please listen, the life happening in you, every moment you feeling I exist is like energy. To whatever you want, you can infuse that life into it. If you constantly think, I have so much of SDHD, I can never be successful, more and more you associate yourself with that, that becomes alive. Understand? In the beginning you may not be able to change what happens outside, but you will be able to always change what happens inside. So decide, even for a few minutes, you will not empower, energize the concept that you are a failure, you are struggling, you are. Few days before, one of my Swami was telling, I complete and get out, again I fall back, and complete and get out, again I fall back. You want to enjoy this personality. You are enjoying this space. You want to empower this idea of I rise and fall, because you must be enjoying the effort, hard effort you are putting. Understand? Hard work is nothing but ignorance. You don't have intelligence to do the smart work. You are stupid enough not to do the smart work. What you do is called hard work. And if you enjoy hard work, nobody is going to say no, but you are stupid. Why will you complete yourself and then come out again, fall into the same ditch and complete yourself and come out? Because you empower that cognition. I am struggling, sincere, seeker. Because you set a standard to yourself. Long ago. At least I will be a good seeker. Whether I achieve it or not, who knows? I don't think I can achieve. That and all is not possible for me. But I'll be a good seeker. And maybe that is the way you will try to get others' attention. See, I am struggling and coming out. But stupid thing, nobody is ready to listen to your struggle. Understand? How much ever you try to decorate your struggle, nobody is ready to listen to your struggle unless you win the game. Only when you win the game, your struggles are garlanded, respected, worshipped. Your struggles by itself has no respect. So decide to win the game now. See, every moment your life empowers some cognition. Either, see, all these different cognitions. I am struggling. I can't achieve it. I can achieve it. I have achieved it. All these are just various cognitions, various balloons. You can fill the gas in any balloon. Your life is the gas. You can fill the gas in any balloon. Why do you want to waste your gas into that stupid balloon? I am struggling. Complete it. Get rid of it. I have achieved. Fill the balloon of I have achieved. Then what is the qualifications of achieved? Person who has achieved? Always be aligned. This aligning, I wanted to expand on this little deeper. Morning when you wake up, just ask yourself, an authentic person who lives Advaita, how he will wake up? He will just wake up like Mahadeva and bless the world. How he will shower himself, clean himself gracefully. What he will do next? Whatever I am doing, is it aligned to my identity, which I want to build as my inner image, which I want to show as outer image, the other's image and life image, which I want to take the responsibility for? This aligning, the moment you decide, yes, this action has to be done if I want to have this outer image. After that, no conflict. No question of conflict, no question of contradiction, no question of anything else. No question of conflict, no question of contradiction, no question of anything else. In all of your life, what you want to build, clearly decide now and always align your actions to it. That is what is spiritual practice. In my case, I came with what I want, all these four clearly, and always my actions were aligned to it. That is why I claim born enlightened. Understand? The Hridaya Guhya Tahara Vidya was very clear. The spontaneous expression, the way you think, every moment you are thinking, let it be aligned to what you want to show you as you to the world. What do you want to feel you as you to you? What do you want others to feel you as you? What do you want to feel as world? Again and again and again align yourself to that authenticity. The best inner image you want to have, best outer image you want to have, best others image you want to have, best life image you want to have. How much ever you think it is difficult, it is achievable. Be very clear. The idea of your difficulty is nothing but your SDHD. See, the mirage water need not be drained for your car to go in the road. The summertime, noon, mid-noon, you will see the mirage water in the road. It literally looks like a large water body in the middle of the road. Do you need to bring big motor pumps, pipe and drain the water for your car to drive? No. You just need to understand it is illusion and drive. Same way, your SDHD, you don't need to be struggling with it. You just need to know it is your SDHD and drive. I tell you, anything can be given up in the life. Anything can be lost. Not one thing. That is self-driving motivation. Just if that is maintained, everything is done. The high self-drive, in anything you take it up. The high self-drive is life. Not having the high self-drive is death. That's all. That's all is life. Whenever in your life you lived with high self-drive, you are alive. Whenever it was lost, you are dead. Whenever you had high self-drive in your life, you were alive. Don't remember the moments of money as important moments in your life. Don't remember moments you have been rewarded, awarded as the important moments of your life. Don't keep those stupid photographs of your graduation, your lottery winning in your house as your important moments of the life. No. When that stupid cap was put and that certificate was given in your hand, you became intelligent. Don't keep that as a memorable moments of your life in your house. Whenever you had a high self-drive, those moments are the most memorable moments of your life. Keep them as the memorable moments of your life in your house. I tell you, high self-drive. Don't keep that stupid marriage photograph, your graduation photograph, all that as the memorable moments of your life. Your first baby, you bought a new house, first house. All this as a memorable moments of your life. No, all this happens as an accident. The high self-inspired drive moments you had in your life, those moments, memories of those moments, achievements of those moments, it might have been as simple as you took the lawn mower and mowed your whole house, whole lawn. Or you took the vacuum cleaner and cleaned your whole house. It can be as simple as those moments. Or you decided to hike the mountain and went on a hike, or you decided to swim and swam for 2-3 hours, or you decided to go for a long perpetual completion session and sat for 3-4 hours in the space of completion. It can be as simple as any one of these. High self-drive moments should be respected, celebrated, worshipped, remembered as the memorable moments of your life. All this, the first house you bought, the graduation certificate, your marriage, your first kid, all these can be social accidents. You say that social accident moments of my life. Keep them all in archives in your house. Social accident moments of my life. But only when you are living in the high drive. It can even be in your office without bothering about what money is going to come or anything. You just sat for 10 days and finished a project. Those moments, high self-drive moments, get them as the memorable moments of your life. Get them as memorable moments of your life. And they are only memorable moments of your life. They are only memorable moments of your life. They only need to be repeated. Understand? The moments need to be repeated in your life is the high self-drive moments. Not for money, neither for reward or for any other things. Just out of self-incision. The dharmic high drive moments you had in your life are the moments to be celebrated, experience to be cherished, inspiration to be kept alive, life to be recreated. Please understand, again and again and again, see how you can become more and more authentic to your best inner image, outer image, life image, others image. Understand, any doubt you have, any idea you have, you cannot achieve that 4 is SDHD. Self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. SDHD. Go on completing with those SDHDs. Go on completing with those SDHDs. Let the external situation not create SDHD in you, not encourage SDHD in you. Understand, the external situations should not be creating an SDHD in you. Constantly complete the SDHD and constantly align yourself to the declared identities, to the best identity. That is what I call Advaitic activism. Advaitic activism. This is what exactly I call Advaitic activism. Advaitic activism is my life. Advaitic activism is my message. I expect Advaitic activism to be your life. And Advaitic activism is our collective life. Understand, you need self-drive to complete SDHDs. No one can complete SDHDs for you. No one can complete. That is the only thing even Guru cannot do for you. Everything else Guru can do, and only Guru can do. But completing with SDHD, even Guru cannot do, only you can do it to yourself. That is the freedom you have to live or leave SDHD. Just decide. Living with SDHD feels good or leaving the SDHD feels good. Living with SDHD feels good or leaving the SDHD feels good. Understand? Living with SDHD feels good or leaving the SDHD feels good. Completing with SDHD, only you can do it to yourself. Again and again and again, demanding authenticity from yourself. Again and again and again, asking for authenticity from yourself. I tell you, if you retain your self-driving inspiration, whether you are grihastha or sannyasi, doesn't matter, you will become enlightened. If you lose your self-drive, whether you are a grihastha or a sannyasi, be very clear, you will be a failure. It is SDHD that matters. If you complete SDHD, you achieve it. If you are suffering, struggling with it, your life becomes hell. It is SDHD that decides whether your life is going to have the self-drive, enlightenment or not. SDHD is like a cow dung. If that is dumped, even the diamond will be covered. Even the diamond will lose its shining if just ordinary cow dung is dumped on it. But even if 1,000 years the cow dung was on diamond, the moment you wash the cow dung, diamond will again shine in its original glory. Even if you are suffering, struggling with SDHD for a million years, if you wash the SDHD now, your inner glory will stand up again. Understand? Come to the space of Advaitic activism. Come to the space of Advaitic activism. Come to the space of Advaitic activism. The more and more you align yourself, your declared inner image, best others image, best life image, the more you tune yourself to that, more and more you become authentic. The more you become authentic, the more and more live enlightenment. Please understand, self-drive is the source of the knowledge a human being has. Means that is Saraswati. Knowledge is not number of books you read. Knowledge is not number of concepts you know. The amount of self-drive you have. Understand, giving a right context to the self-drive is only the job of Saraswati, knowledge. When there is a right context, the self-drive never gets dried up. If it gets dried up, it is from the wrong context. It is the lower level pleasures. It is not self-drive. Self-drive which gets dried up is from violence or from greed. Please understand, the self-drive comes out of fear and greed, gets dried up just in few days. Giving the right context for your self-drive is the job of Saraswati. All the knowledge, the reason for all the knowledge, reason for all the books, reason for all the knowledge transmission mechanism is to give you the right context for your self-drive. To give the right context for your self-drive. Giving the right context for your self-drive is the source, purpose, reason, cause, sole cause of your knowledge. And I tell you, your self-drive is the greatest wealth you can have, which will never be lost, which will come with you for births after births after births. Self-drive is the one and only wealth you can carry from one birth to another birth. Please understand. If you want to go to US, you have to change Indian currency to US currency. If you want to come from US to India, you have to change US currency to Indian currency. The same currency will not be useful in the other country. Same way, when you leave the body, whatever you accumulated in this birth, wealth, life, relationships, properties, nothing will be useful in the next birth. But the self-drive you accumulated will be there with you in your biomemory as your asset. I tell you, self-drive is the Lakshmi. Self-drive is the ultimate wealth, ultimate asset. Anyone can accumulate, anyone can acquire. Not having self-drive is nothing but deep hatred towards you or towards others, life. I tell you, whoever does not have self-drive has a deep negative pattern about life and others. They are constantly abusing life and others, criticizing life and others, deep incompletion with others and life. I wanted to remind all of you, all tiredness, all boredom is nothing but self-conflicts and self-contradictions. Self-conflicts and self-contradictions. Self-conflicts and self-contradictions. People with self-drive are rewarded by Kala Bhairava with life. People who don't have that are slammed by life, Kala. Understand, self-drive is life. From the right context, self-drive from the right context, self-drive from the right space, self-drive is the only energy, Durga, you can have. Nothing else is energy. Not your muscle power or your thinking power. All that are not the top energy. Self-drive is the energy of life. Understand? Self-drive is Saraswati. Self-drive is Lakshmi. Self-drive is Durga. Driving yourself constantly, I tell you. Anything stops your self-drive from the right context is incompletion. Immediately complete with it and get rid of it. The verse in Bhagavad Gita, the words of Sri Krishna, Uttared Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayet. This is the exact interpretation I will give. Raising your self-drive by yourself by setting the right context. You will be a great friend for yourself. If you can't raise your self-drive by yourself by setting the right context, you are the greatest enemy for you. It is the self-drive that makes you king or beggar. It is the self-drive that gives you self-respect or not. It's a self-drive that gives you the ability to exist. That is a self-drive that gives you the strength to live. Self-drive is the love for life. Self-drive is the devotion for life. Self-drive is commitment towards life. Self-drive is the scale to measure your authenticity, integrity, responsibility, and enriching. I tell you, now whatever I am speaking, if you just pen down, when you started developing the patterns, ideas, moving out of your original Advaitic state and relive, it will be literally like a miracle cure for tons of problems you have. Even not having self-drive is a problem. If you find out when you lost the Advaita, that is the time you would have lost your self-drive for life. Just do this simple process. First, pen down the ideas, patterns, concepts which makes you feel you are away from your non-dual state. Second, think and pen down when that patterns have started developing in you, how you developed those patterns, those sins. Third, relive all those incidents. Fourth, relive and complete them. Fifth, start living Advaita, non-dual state of consciousness. That's all.
Rhythm. This is a very, very, very powerful revelation from Swamiji about how to retain the self-driving inspiration in us. What is this self-driving pattern? How do we retain this self-drive? Today we learned about a very important revelation on what is will persistence. Then we learned about what is super-determinism. And now, see, most of the times we are driven based upon what either through a fear or through a greed or something external. Now, Swamiji is guiding us to look in and see what type of patterns, ideas, thoughts, what is it that's actually driving you? What are the ones that are not letting you have the oneness space, the oneness experience? How many of you are understanding this? How many of you are catching this very, very powerful session that we just had? Take a few minutes and please post here. Sit now and actually analyze what is the patterns. See, understand. So how you are approaching life, whether it's projects or it's your personal work, or it is your career, wherever, whichever aspect. Look in and see what kind of combinations in you, or what kind of incompletions in you are making you go away from this space of life. What is it? Look in and see whatever patterns, whatever ideas, whatever thoughts brings conflicts into you, does not allow you to experience oneness in you and start completing with that. So now what you're going to do is, from that time you're going to sit and go on penning down the patterns which make you move away from the original oneness space, that restful awareness, the state for which you are yearning without even knowing for which you're yearning. We have to understand. See, all of us are continuously yearning for something. Like every one of us are deeply yearning for some space, an experience. That is what either that you're trying to look outside or inside. Most of the times you try to look for it outside, right? Now, we all are yearning, looking for, driving ourselves towards that something. Without even knowing, without even realizing what you're actually yearning. That thing that you're yearning for is the space, the original space of yours, the original space of Advaita that you have. Now, listen carefully. Sit and pen down the patterns, ideas, which makes you feel you're away from your Paramashiva. Whatever patterns. Once you start penning, like for example, oh, I feel I'm not being efficient. I feel that I'm not a powerful person. Or anything. Sometimes it can even be about your body, it can be about your mind, it can be about relationships, it can be about your health, it can be about the bank balance, whatever. Or it can be the patterns. All the ideas, the patterns that make you feel that you are something other than Paramashiva. Sit and please pen down and pen down. When those patterns have actually started developing, see, don't go from the recent instance. Like, for example, some things might be very prominent now, but don't start from the instance from recent time. Go back, trace back from the earliest memory you carry about when similar incident, similar situation, or similar feeling has happened to you. When did you first notice this pattern? See, when we use the word first, it's not necessary that factually that is the first time. But as per your earliest memory, what is that incident? Please start penning this down. Are all of us clear? Take a few minutes and please pen this down. It's a very, very powerful internalizing exercise that we are going to be doing. I request all the participants to sit and intensely write this text. Ma Istat is asking for one more example. Definitely not. See, for example, let us say that you feel that, yes, I am Paramashiva, I understand. Swamiji has told whether I cognize or not, because Swamiji has told I am cognizing that I am Paramashiva. Then suddenly your self-doubt will tell you, hey, you're not able to manifest powers. Then how are you saying you're Paramashiva? Now that pattern, are you understanding myself? That pattern in you, just sitting in you and actually mocking at you, which is actually making you feel that no, you are not Paramashiva. You are not that ultimate. Something that's constantly sitting inside of you and trying to be with you, trying to put you down. Identify that part of you. Understand that all these cognitions that your different incompletions and patterns are trying to give you, trying to put you down, trying to make you move away from that original state, which is Paramashiva. Pen down those patterns and start seeing when did you develop this pattern. For example, manifestation itself you might have only known after meeting Swamiji. But that pattern that gives you that self-doubt, makes you feel you're not qualified for it, or makes you feel too much of self-doubt, or whatever way it is occurring in you. See, when was the first time you started having such reaction? Are you understanding now? Don't worry about if this is the first time or this is not the first time. You just write down those things. First step is list down the patterns. Then the second step will be listing down the incidents. Hope you're understanding, Master. Awesome. Anyone else has any other questions? Purushananda is writing. I don't remember feeling it was ever much. So how to find thoughts against that? I remember feeling oneness and thoughts against that. Is that what you... Okay. See, now, when Swamiji is saying that you are Paramashiva, Seema, when you were young, it is not that you had a particular purpose. It is not a particular greed that drove you, not a particular fear that drove you. Something made you constantly experience a child when you're small baby. You actually are established in that space of Advaita. Automatically, when you're born, you're in that state. Something corrupts you to move yourself away from that original state. And we all are yearning only to be in that space. But what we think the fulfillment will come when I buy the same branded car like how my friend has. Or I get a big yacht, then I'll be fine. Or I need to build a big house, then I'll be fine. But actually, if you look back, even when you achieve those things, did you actually feel fine? Did you actually feel fulfilled? Not at all. So the thing that you're yearning for is not external, it's internal, state of Advaita. That ultimate space of Paramashiva in you. Now, what you need to do is look at the patterns, various patterns that are there in you, which try to convince you, which try to make you believe, hey, you're not this ultimate. Can be some angry person who's with you, trying to put you down from outside, or it can be that mocking voice inside. But in both ways, it starts inside. It's because the incompletion you can. Look into that exact pattern. First step, write down those patterns. The patterns whichever patterns gives you that self-doubt, makes you think that you are not Paramashiva. It can be either a self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, or feeling that, oh, I'm not enough, feeling that I'm not qualified for this, whatever. See, Purushananda, having that experience of oneness, especially being connected to Swamiji, all of us have that again and again and again. But something is making you move away from that Advaita. What is that? Look into that. Then look into when not you start developing that. You understanding?
Actually, Swamiji, it's beautiful. Even if you just know the problem, 90% of the problem gets solved because it's the blind spot. Once you understand it, then the same things that, let's say, even if you have someone outside who's constantly like getting at you, and constantly you get triggered with that, and you feel like it's affecting you deeply, just sit and look in. If you identify the blind spot, 90% of your problem gets healed with that, gets solved with that. So I'm going to request every one of you to sit now sincerely. Pen down all the ideas, patterns, concepts which made you feel you're away from your non-dual state, the space of Advaita. Please take a few minutes and write it down. And pen down all the patterns with which you've started developing in you and how you develop each of those patterns. Please write down.
hope all of you have finished this step. How many of you finished writing this step? Now, for all the patterns that you have written, every pattern that each of you have written down, trace back and find the incidents. When did you and how did you develop those patterns? How did it start? See, mainly it is not writing gesture SDHD. You're not, see, understand this very clearly. You're not just writing your self-doubt, self-hate, self-denial. No. You're writing down your pattern that made you move away from that original state. Are you understanding? So beautiful. Thank you, Ma Purushananda, for sharing that. Okay. Sean, hey, I'm supposed to, if I was to write something, maybe I see the draft set. See, Sean, here, yeah, one thing. Of course, definitely, these are the things which we start using it to reflect. You can overcome these obstacles by your will persistence. That's wonderful. But the fundamental powerlessness which is sitting in you, something which made you first move away from that original state of Paramashiva. You know how you can identify it? Now, when Swamiji is saying you are Paramashiva, one part of you which will say, Swamiji is telling the truth, I know. There's another part of you, some pattern. It's not even you, it's not even a part of you. It's a pattern, which is not you. That pattern tries to convince you strongly, saying that you are not Paramashiva. You to be moving out of that Advaita space. Good. You're seeing, okay, Sean here, yeah, the situation related to which you are posted. Can you elaborate on that and write down from the earliest age you remember?
In many different situations, we form various cognitions about ourselves. We form certain understandings. Those opinions, sometimes you may even forget the incident itself. You may think it happened long back, and I don't even think it has an impact. The incident itself, you might have moved on, but the cognition, the impact of the incident sits inside you till you complete from it. Like you can say, like, oh, that happened at least when I was 7 years old. So I don't necessarily remember exactly what happened. So I don't know. I think I am healed from it. Understand? When you are really complete with something, there will be no internal trigger that will happen in you when the same or similar situation repeats. And you'll be able to precisely, clearly see what exactly it is, and you'll be able to complete with it without getting bound by it. But many number of times we get stuck. The problem is we get stuck with identifying the correct patterns. So this step that you're all doing is very, very important, where you identify what exactly gets triggered in you, what exactly are the identities that you set within you, which makes you have a certain self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial towards yourself within you. Each of this is very important to think through and pen down. If you understand this, you'll understand how your inner space functions.
Sister, one thing I'll tell you, don't worry about, my God, so many incompletions. No, they are all your branch patterns. It's like the tree's root is one. Then it further branches out. What you're thinking of so many patterns is like the leaves. If you burn the root, automatically the leaves will also collapse. The whole tree will collapse. The understanding. See, to burn down an entire root which is stuffed with cotton, you don't need that many matchsticks You just need one spark of fire. That once you light that fire, that will catch and burn down everything. You only need the confidence to complete by breaking one pattern. Using this powerfulness, hey, Swamiji has blessed me. He has initiated. Now Swamiji has declared, I am declaring completion of this. Just one pattern, sit. Do the complete completion process of it. Go through it completely. That will empower you so much, and you'll be able to complete the rest of everything. Just go back to identifying the root pattern, the root incident first. Are you understanding, Master? Don't. The thoughts are too many. The thought current is a few, and for even the thought currents are starting from one or two incidents. Go back to the earliest incident you are in. Okay, Sean here. Sean here. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, you have identified an incident. I want you to write down what are the feelings that you went through. See, now you may be 30 years old, 40 years old. It does not. Don't look at yourself from your upgraded intelligence. Even at that time, like after this incident got over, maybe in 2-3 days, you might have felt powerful. Maybe you heard someone tell something, or you yourself clicked with something. But that does not matter, because the hurt, the wound, the feeling of pain, the powerlessness you experienced at that time is still lingering inside of you. Even though your upgraded intelligence now feels unaffected by that, but that 6-year-old child, that 6-year-old Sean is actually sitting in you now. That kid is not complete. He's sitting in you throwing the tantrum. He's feeling that affectedness. He's feeling that pain. He is going through that powerlessness. You need to identify that. Take a few minutes. Don't judge the situation. Don't feel it is right. Don't feel it is wrong. Don't judge the situation. All you're going to be doing is sit right and complete by going back to that exact incident. See, you might have been 6-year-old, right? You might have had the cognition. Why is doing this to me? Whatever powerlessness you went through at that time, you're not going to look at it from your current age. You're not going to look at it from the current upgraded intelligence that you carry. Sorry for the technical glitch. I hope now all of you are able to see and hear us clearly. See, you're not going to look at this Sean, whoever is mature now, more advanced in thinking, more intelligent. No. Go back to exactly that child, that 6-year-old you who went through that incident, who got bullied, who went through that whole thing. What did you feel like that? Relive the whole thing from that memory. You're not going to even see yourself, even when you close your eyes and remember you, don't remember you with your current. Go back to really become that 6-year-old kid. Every feeling, start with the beginning of that incident. How did it start? Feel the temperature. Exactly visualize like the whole thing is replaying. Do not judge any of that from your current state. Understand, there's a key difference between remembering and reliving. Remembering means from your current intelligence, reviewing the past and seeing. It is remembered. You will get engaged with it. You get attached to your past. You're not going to remember. Rather, you're going to relive. Reliving makes you relieve yourself from that experience. Are you understanding? Sean here, if you understand, please could you post it here? So now, just sit and go through the completion and do this today. All of you tonight, sit and do this completion process. Tomorrow you can come fresh, complete, and powerfully you can start your yoga at 7 a.m. It's already time. We are almost the conclusion of today's sessions. Turn here. Now all this pain that is sitting in you, write it down. Not just in this manner. See what you're writing. You've written the incident. Write down now the feelings, the emotions you went through. Sit and go through that. Purushananda, don't worry. Saying it's way too painful to look at it, visit. That means you're looking at it from your upgraded intelligence. Go back to that kid that you were. Go to that space, that exact emotion, that exact intelligence. Relive the whole thing. So powerful. You just relieve. Okay, all of you do it tonight as your homework. And with this, I come to the conclusion of today's sessions. And it's very important tomorrow, all of you, please make sure you're logging in from 7 a.m. onwards, especially the KAILASA. It is a must for all of you to join for yoga and do the yoga along with the program and do the full DVK. You come to the conclusion of today's sessions. Do invite your family, invite your friends, all the KAILASA, Ma Purushananda, Ma Ananda Parameshwari, Ma Durjati, all of you, all the KAILASA, Apat Sannyasis that are there. Please call all the others that are not here and invite them. Make sure even you join for tomorrow at 7 a.m. and invite others also to join. Now, it is time. Let us all conclude today's day, offering our gratitude for the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swamiji. Let us now conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyananda. Thank you all. Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam.